Hi friends, welcome to Collage Class. This is week 1. This class is for beginners, and the purpose of this class is to demystify collage, to help you get comfortable with using images and recreating art with them. I think a lot of people would love to do collage, but they just don't know where to start. And so that's why I decided to create this class. What is collage? Collage is a technique of art creation primarily used in the visual arts, by which art results from an assemblage of different forms, thus creating a new whole.
So for today's lesson, we are simply going to create our name tag. This is a great way to get into cutting or tearing images from a magazine and using them in a fun yet simple way to just take that first leap, if you will. So what I've done is I have grabbed a piece of green paper, and that's what I'm going to use as my base. But you can see that this one was on black paper. So feel free to grab any kind of cardstock or mixed media paper, anything that you want to use as a base. The next thing you're going to do is grab some images out of a magazine. Now what I did was I grabbed images from a coastal living magazine, and as you can see, most of them are blue and white. And I just did that because I felt like I wanted this to be cohesive. Now if you look at this one, these are cool and warm colors in here, but they're all very bright and intense, so it really works nicely together. In today's nameplate collage, I'm just going to try something a little more different, and I think this is all in all going to have a softer feel to it. I love this one. This was so fun to make, so I want to just take a different twist on it. So you do you. Pick images that you enjoy, that you like the colors. We're not worried about cool versus warm or anything like that today. Today we're just getting into cutting and pasting our name onto paper. The first thing I'm going to do is describe to you what we're going to do, and then we're going to go ahead and put our plan into action. So you're going to grab a magazine or several magazines, whatever, and I want you to start to cut pieces out of the magazine that are going to form your name. So if we look at this one that I've already done, I cut a piece across here, I cut a long J, I cut the O out, I cut 2 straight pieces to create the V, and here we have 3 pieces. Then I added some little fun pieces. I have a turtle up here, I have a shark right here because I think sharks are pretty cool, and then I have a gecko right here. So this gives you an idea of how we're going to put your name plate together. I chose bright colors because I wanted it to pop on top of the black paper that I used, but you can choose whatever colors that you want. So let's have a look inside. And go ahead, grab yours, please do. Grab yours and look around and just start tearing or cutting colors out that you'd like to use in your nameplate. Now, don't be afraid to be creative with this process. You'll notice that with my first one that I did, they're sort of like block lettering, but you don't have to do that. You can shape these however you want. There's so much creative freedom. We're just trying to, today's exercise is all about getting comfortable, grabbing images, and using them freely. And that's really what today's lesson is about. And then the goal is going to be for each lesson to build on each other so that you get more and more comfortable. All right, so now I'm going to begin cutting my name out. Now you can tear if you'd like to, but I'm choosing to cut right now because this is, I'm shaping this into my name. So for me, this is going to be easier. Mix it up and have fun. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this in fast motion for you. But I want you to be able to see everything, but I'm not sure that it needs to be in real time. Now, if you're watching this video and you're going to participate in the series, if you would like to see everything in real time, just let me know. But if you're okay with me fast forwarding things that might be redundant, then, let me know that as well. So you can see here that I got my J. Just cut it out. I'm not measuring. I'm not being super specific. This is going to be the top of the J. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that part out. I'm going to cut my O out of this paper. Go ahead and just grab a glue stick. You don't need anything fancy for this. This is just a great way to practice, again, getting familiar with your materials, getting familiar with collage, and realizing that it does not have to be complicated. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to put my name onto my paper, and that's what I'd like you to do as well. I'm just putting some glue on the back of this J, and then I'm going to set that down on the paper. And then this is going to be the top part that goes across here. So again, just going to put some glue on the back of it. Now, what I don't want to do is run out of room. So I'm actually going to put my I on the paper now and then put my O and V on, because I don't want, I went with the short. This is shorter than if I would have folded my paper the other way. While I'm working on this, I want to mention to you guys that coming up in January, there's going to be a reboot of Swap and Glue. If you've never heard of Swap and Glue, you're definitely going to want to check it out. It's all about collaging. And so that's why I wanted to get these classes up. So for people that want to join in that collaboration, they can do so and not feel completely overwhelmed. Or, if you just have really been curious about collage, then this gives you a way to get into it, again, without feeling overwhelmed. But I think the timing is good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my O there, but before I make a final decision on that, let me see if I can squeeze my V in. I sure can. Yep, there will be a slight bit of overlapping, but I am perfectly comfortable with that. Collage is a wonderful way to de-stress, to just sit down and create without having to overthink it. You can learn to have a lot of fun with collage and use images in an unexpected way. And that's just always fun to do that. We are not looking for perfection here. We are just looking to have a fun time making a simple project and being happy with it. No matter how it turns out, we can learn to embrace our work for what it is. So the name part is done. Now, remember how just a second ago I talked about sort of having fun with our collage? Well, we can do that. We're going to do that with this one. I'm going to look and see if there are any images that I think I could use in a fun way to add here. So I'm going to cut out this little boy, and I'm going to see if I can fit him somewhere. And that's something you can do too. If you got your name done, take a look at the pages that you pulled out and that you cut from. See if there's anything fun. You might find an animal that would find its way into your collage, a person, maybe even a piece of fruit or a tree, flower, butterfly, whatever your style is, then lean into that. And maybe you're here because you don't know what your style is. And collage is a great way to figure that out. If you are looking at images and you find that you are drawn to, over and over, you're drawn to certain images, then that's a great indicator of what your style is. Some of you might be drawn to mostly pastels. I know for me, I usually am. Some of you might be drawn to super just neutral, really neutral stuff. Others might be drawn to florals, sometimes maybe vintage. You know, there's definitely styles, and I am definitely a person that I would consider that I have an eclectic style, because I do not always work in the same palette. I do not always work in the same style. I really don't like to put myself in a box like that. But some people, they truly love something so much that that's all that they want to work in. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So did you see we got our little boy on there? He's so cute. Let me see if there's anything else fun that I could add. Well, I found another person and I went ahead and fussy cut him out, and let's just go ahead and add him for fun. It wouldn't be my first choice, but it was handy, so I figure I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm going to put him over here on the J. There we go. So I found a vase. No, it's not really a vase, it's actually a stool. You know those outdoor stools that you can sit on, but they're made out of ceramic? I found one of those, and I thought the size was good, and I think just to add some more color to my eye, I'll just put that right there. Are you stuck? Are you having a difficult time? Don't worry about it. Take a breath, look in your magazine and find a flower or find a butterfly. Find an object that you can just like this, that you can cut out and put on your name. If you don't have a channel where you share content, but you'd like to share your nameplate, I would love to see it. So go over to my Facebook group. Let me write this down for you. It's Creating with Jovi, Journals and Crafts, and that's my Facebook group. It's a private group. Oops. I would love to see how your nameplate came out. I really, really would. So go over there. You have to answer some questions, and then I'll hit the button for approval. And join us, and then you can add any time that you have a make, you know, share it in the group. It'd be a lot of fun. I'd love to have you join me. For episode 2, we are going to build on what we learned today, and we are going to make a word poem. So I hope to see you back for that. Thanks for watching. See you soon.